Hey everybody, good morning. What's happening? Jeeps here, the Decomposer Lounge. Fresh new video. First, I want to thank everybody that did actually check out this little ditty that I did and released. I got a lot of funny comments about the ocean and some of the other covers I did there. But I released it. I did it. It's in the universe. I'm done. And I'm now here, and I'm going to be checking out The Devil Wears Prada. And I get this from my Patreon list, so I'm excited about that. To all my friends at Patreon that still continue to support me, and all of you still here that continue to support me with either a subscription, a like, and a comment, and all that sort of fun stuff. But it's music time, so we're going to be listening to Did I say I was going to say another band? That was the other band I did earlier. Sorry, The Devil Wears Prada. This is the track Salt. All right. Ah, yes, the coveted lo-fi. That bass sounds great. I love how it's carrying that first verse, or that first half. This track is really big on the pads, man. Those lo-fi pads, the ambient ethereal. Really big on the lo-fi work on this. The pads are a pretty rich part of the track. One of the things that just really is a standout for me is just how, as music has moved forward in metalcore, I guess this would be more of that genre, that have more of that ambient ethereal presence in powerful tracks like this, is the fact that there's just as rich as background vocals as there is in the voicings of the pads. So when they're playing these soft pads, those stringy, light, muted sounds that you hear that are just kind of floating in the background, if you listen to the background vocal arrangements, their intervals and their voicings are just as complex. So it's really unique to listen to those two kind of fit in. The drummer's killing it, the sound, and I love the fact that the bass is like still the power left in the verses as it kind of brings us back down in a dynamic, kind of pulls us back in, and then explodes when when more of the punchiness comes through. We opened up with the punchiness, except for the little lo-fi opening, that 3 or 5 seconds. Get into the verse, kick into the punchiness. But one thing that I was kind of detecting is whether or not the instrumental section where all the power came in was the hook or not. Maybe there's something else coming up.
That all of our words only mean what's behind them. You can't throw gasoline on the fire. Say you tried to put it out. Pour the salt into the wounds. Let the rain wash over you. If everything I said was true, then why am I hiding from the blinding lights? I never had an alibi. If everything I said was true, then why am I still paralyzed? Why am I still paralyzed?
The engineer on this was just as busy as the guys writing it and playing it.
Step back as the ashes rise, embers up toward the sky. With all the things that I can't
Hear the background vocals and the pads, really stretched voicings. It's great.
pour the salt into the wars. Let the rain
Man, you know, the thing is that things are changing so fast in production, in composition, and using tones and stretching the metal genres, you know, constantly into the next unforeseen lands of how are we going to change sounds, make them bolder, express ourselves musically, musicianship wise, arrangement, vocals. It's every time I turn around, there's just something more enlightening. I want to say enlightening. As an old guy who's just going through this journey and just kind of glowing over it because of all the hats I used to wear, from producer to engineer to composer to arranger, musician, the whole thing. I don't know exactly what the genre is for this. You guys can help me on this. I know it's metal something, but there was a really big emphasis on making sure that the key work, the pad work, even the loopiness, the little loopy sound design that was going on in the lo-fi parts of the mixes, which were pulling back and stuff, is a very powerful emphasis in the mix, along with these, you know, powerful vocals where the vocalist gets to show a range of performance dynamics, going from clean to soft to head voice to full punchy, you know, growly, throaty, and everything. But exponentially, the arrangements have blown up, you know, in a lot of bands in this particular genre, where you have, like what I was saying earlier, that richness between the voicings and the background vocals, kind of keyed in and filling in a little bit of, let's say, some wide voicings of the pads. You know, so it sounds like this. It sounds like this multi-choral kind of vibe. All the little pukas in Hawaii, that's what we call the holes. All the little pukas get filled up in this kind of very seductive choral vibe. Anyhow, the track slammed. I think, what is this, almost at 1 million views? They're killing it. So this was Devil Wears Prada from Solid State Records. I want to thank you guys for hanging out. And once again, this came from Patreon. Don't forget, if you'd like to support, get to check me out at Patreon. Or just like this, share it, and do all the fun stuff that we do. You guys take care. Have another cup of coffee. All right. See ya.